What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Mrboat. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is SunTzu. The map is Tundra Pools. It's currently 1-0 for Mrboat in this best of 3 series, taking that first game with Set on Watering Hole. Really strong showing from Mrboat there. Moving on to game number 2. This one is SunTzu's home map. He's been picking this map fairly consistently throughout the tournament. He's figured it's his best chance to win against most players, given that the extra food bonus that he gets on this from these tundra pools here, and these pools of water, give him a very strong advantage over the other civilizations. Because it's really the biggest thing with Loki is you don't really need a lot of economy. You just need to get like, some Hursar out, get a good flaming weapons, and then all you need is gold. And the battle ball follow-up or the fire giant follow-up is extremely difficult to defend for a lot of different civilizations. And Mrboat here is actually going for a really interesting strategy, picking the Odin. Now, Odin is traditionally a weak god against Loki. However, he's got a couple of tools he can use to make Loki's life very difficult. Tool number 1 is Frost. Frost counters flaming weapons incredibly well. Obviously, unless the army is split up into several different areas and flaming weapons goes on, then it kind of doesn't, but it does a really good job. And that means that forces SunTzu to go through tier, a semi-fast mythic through tier, in order to get the flaming weapons off with the damage dealt, and then there's still the frost after the 20 seconds or so that the Thimblewinter goes on for. So there's still options there for Mrboat to use. The second more important thing is having the Frost Giant. So like what SunTzu does, where he will go very early to the heroic age and then try and get the flaming weapons off and getting the battle ball follow-up, Mrboat can counter that by getting out a butt ton of Frost Giants. The Frost Giants actually act as like a sort of Medusa-esque or Argus type unit in that in that they completely stop any sort of battle ball shenanigans by themselves. So if all the Hursar get picked off, which generally happens with SunTzu's style, he should be able to defend with those Frost Giants. We'll see if that's what he does. Now, the other thing is, we've talked about these Tundra Pools here, but this is 12 extra food. That means that everything is accelerated here. So you need to be able to play around the game moving at a faster pace, everybody advancing to the next age faster, and then also you need to be able to play around sneaky shenanigans like sniping docks with a bunch of Ulfsark running in there. If Mrboat does like a similar build, similar strategy to what SunTzu does with those Hall of Thanes Hursar, you can go Lone Wanderer Ulfsark and go for, instead of going for say the hunt here or something, you go for the dock, snipe that, force out a longboat to defend it, and you can get a lot of damage done there. And then when the Hursar come, you just retreat, run away, no problems. Always an option, and that'll slow down your opponent quite considerably. They have to rebuild the dock, and then you can put your own dock over there and get your own longboat out to harass, take the fish for yourself. All up there is 24 fish on this map, so if you can control all 4 ponds, you get a huge advantage. And I think we have seen that in some of these Tundra Pool games where the players do that. But you see Freya is the god of choice for Mrboat, no surprises there. And SunTzu going to be probably going up through Forseti. Yes, that will be the one. There's Forseti because he has the temple at home. Honestly, wouldn't have been surprised to see SunTzu develop a Heimdall rush strategy here, like a delayed Heimdall rush strat. Because it would work quite nicely. You go more heavy on the throwing axeman early to deal with like those Ulfsar coming forward, and then you can transition into Einhjar and those Hursar as well, because you have the extra food coming in. You get the extra wood coming in as well. So I'm surprised we haven't seen SunTzu go for like a Heimdall on this map, especially against an Odin here. We just see walls coming up all across here for Mrboat. His dock coming up as well. He's actually quite behind the food here of SunTzu. He's already got 12 fishing ships. He is obviously advancing a little bit faster than SunTzu, and he's excuse me, is, what's this? He's got 11 villages on wood now, and he's going to have to build another 6 fishing ship out. But is just a touch behind on that food economy, which may come in a big problem for him, as those 4 city hearse are going to be very difficult to deal with. The Ravens searching around looking for something to do, and we do see that this Auroch, really nice spawn for SunTzu in order to combine the villages. And he's got, what's this, 5 villages on food. He's going to be getting his per scene. I can't do that. He's going to get his per scene out straight away. We do see that from Mrboat as well. So both players going to have it. And a Herso coming in to harass this Squaling already, trying to get a little bit of a favor before it runs away. We'll be able to get out of here without losing its life. It looks like it's actually going to be very close. He's sitting with 6 HP. If the Valkyrie from Mrboat is around, he can snipe that one there. There's a forest fire. SunTzu not paying attention though. He's actually going to lose. Oh, he's going to lose so many of these villages. No. 3 villager big offs, and then these villages here are so low. He's going to lose another one as well. He gets onto it. That's gigantic. That effectively just completely destroyed SunTzu's wood economy there. He's still got 4 villages there. What's that? 4 villager pickoffs there from Mrboat. He could not have been happier about that. People always say, why do players forest fire randomly on that starting wood? Isn't it better to hold on to a more guaranteed forest fire? The answer is obviously this is why, because you can pick off so many villages early and give yourself such a huge advantage there. Herso getting picked off as well. Pickaxe coming through, some throwing axe coming out for Mrboat. The next big thing for Mrboat is going to be he needs to make sure he can get to the heroic age before running out of this gold mine. So he's got 1500 gold. He needs to build enough units to prevent SunTzu from pushing in or anything like that. And then he needs to hit the heroic age. He's going to be trying to push through this wooden wall that Mrboat's set up, but he should be able to defend against this one fairly easily with those throwing axemen. He's only got really this gold mine here to go to. There's gold mines over both sides of the map, but this forward gold mine here is very interesting. It's probably the most likely gold mine that Mrboat is going to be fighting for, which doesn't make it very easy for SunTzu to prevent if he hits that timing before Mrboat hits the heroic age through Skadi. So we'll see if that happens. More houses coming up for Mrboat. Now, the other thing about Odin that I didn't mention earlier is if you can survive the heroic age power spike of Loki, which is very doable with if you get the timing correct on the heroic age. Then you have a Ragnarok, and then the map flips itself. It's like, oh, you had a bad map, but also I actually have a bad map. So all of these forward gold mines here, very difficult to defend for SunTzu. He's actually going to be under the pump here, but he is going through Bragi really fast. That's like an 830 Bragi. He's obviously very hyper aware of how important it is for him to get up fast, but it may be too fast because, well, no, it's actually going to be really well timed because this gold mine is going to be expired by the time this attack comes in. 50%, that's 30 seconds left. This gold mine's going down very fast with 11 villagers on it, 9 dwarves, 2 gatherers. So he may be able to just hit this flaming weapons really strong here. There's the armor going up for Mrboat. If we check his resource series, very low on the resources. He's sitting almost full population, which in my opinion is definitely an incorrect play here. He should have cut. He definitely should have cut Herso and be advancing to through Forseti, through Skadi right now. And there's the Bragi coming in for SunTzu. We'll see where he wants to go with it. He's got, 9 Herso here. He can start making Battle Boar as well. He's got 2 Herso in the back of here. And he's got control in this map. I'd love to see him throw down a forward temple or something like that. Skadi's coming in through for Mrboat, so the timing is going to come in clutch. The villagers do run out of this gold mine. How much gold does he have in the bank, though? He's got nearly 400 gold. He doesn't have to leave his base just yet. This is what I would love to see. I'd love to see him just move on to these goat, chill, eat these things, get all that food economy so he can upgrade his army, getting out bronze mail, getting out copper mail first, and then bronze mail when he advances. Get heavy infantry straight away, and he should be totally fine. Does not need to leave his base, and then he can even throw down a market straight away and do some trading before he leaves to go for that second gold mine. Villages do look like they're going to get caught here as SunTzu is coming around the back. He's going to very luckily find them, but there is a watchtower that they can jump into, no problems. Now SunTzu coming on to this location as well, going to go after this dock. Would love to see Mrboat throwing out a longboat or something here just to defend that one, but it will seem like Mrboat's going to lose this this dock very, very fast here. As the battle ball is here, we still don't see anything popping out, and Mrboat should just garrison, or not garrison, but dump all of this food in here. There's the heroic age from Mrboat here. The village is taking some damage here, and we do not see SunTzu go into the next age just yet, but he is sitting at full population here. And Mrboat's got a lot of food in the bank. He is moving out onto this gold mine here. Frost Giant in the back. He should just wait, just put the market down. You could even trade your way to the next age as well. If you get enough wooden food. He's still got these 2 Auroch over here as well that he could be eating. And the market is your best friend in this situation, as these throwing axemen going after the Hersa here. Nice micro from SunTzu to be dodging them. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but there's some more micro from Mrboat to get these ones. We do see an Einhjar spawn. Battle Ball sitting in the back here. Frost Giant coming over to help out. These Hersa are getting picked off. The villagers turning around to fight the Hersa at this point. We see the Battle Ball does get frozen in the back at this point, but all of Mrboat's army is starting to fall. Has to bring over some of those Hersa from this side of the map to fight these units here, and it will change the tides just a little bit over on this side of the map. The Hersa is going after the Frost Giant. You cannot have that. You need to retreat that Frost Giant away, keep him alive for as long as possible. We don't see any Frost Giant getting built for Mrboat right now, so he's going to be really hurting after all these Battle Ball starting to come in, and SunTzu looks like he is just too far in front of Mrboat at this period in the game, as SunTzu coming over with these Hersa to just finish this one off. A Valkyrie spawn as well here for SunTzu, getting so much free economy going. And you've got to ask a question, SunTzu going to be going to the next age? Very possible. There's the frost coming down from Mrboat. Not what you want to be seeing, because now the flaming weapons will come through. We see a lot of these villagers onto Herdables here when they should have been onto the gold mines. And if we check out the population, Mrboat's sitting at 55 population here to SunTzu's 113. He's moving forward with these longhouses. He smells blood and he is going for it. The dwarves going after some Hersa though, as the Hersa attempting to pick off an ox cart in the back. Here, SunTzu needs to potentially just send this battle ball over onto the other ox cart, and pick those off and really hinder Mrboat's attempt to continue in this game. Now Battle Ball getting picked off in the back here. Do see the ox cart gets sniped. More Hersa getting picked off as the frost is just about to expire. We will probably be seeing what should probably be an instant flame weapon shift by SunTzu. He does invoke it, and that's going to just destroy this army so very, very fast. You can see SunTzu's favor situation here is sitting almost at 100 favor, and in that moment, Mrboat taps out. GG, well played by SunTzu. This is exactly what I said was the thing that Mrboat had to avoid. And I've said it before. I've said it before. But you do not need to leave your base when the gold mine expires if you have hit the heroic age. This is very important. It costs for Norse. Obviously it's better for Egyptian because they don't have to spend 300 resources on a market, but Norse gathers resources faster than Egyptian, so it kind of evens out a little bit. You don't have to invest in resources to build the units building the market. Don't have to not be gathering resources either. So it's not the biggest deal that you're spending 300 wood on a market early. The reason you do it is so that you can trade that wood or trade that food you've got for gold. Had Mrboat chilled in his home base, not left, ate these Auroch over here, chopped down the wood here, defended this wood, maybe snuck a wood line back here or something like that, or come over here and just defended in his base, potentially traded all the way up until the Mythic Age, He could have balded one town center rag here, and he would have completely crushed this Loki army, and potentially just won the game there. He would have had the fish here to reboom on the end of it with 12 fishing ships, and it would have been a little bit all in, but it could have worked. Alternatively, just waiting and getting a little bit more gold from the trading in order to defend here, in order to get heavy infantry, and getting our copper mail and bronze mail would have been absolutely clutch, but just didn't go for it, and instead tried to fight this pretty much unwinnable fight, and lost that one there. So well played by SunTzu, though. He definitely played he definitely reacted to what Mrboat did correctly, and it was a really good showing here from the Loki, taking the game number 2. Moving to game number 3 very shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please consider hitting a follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.